not going to be achievable overnight. So what we would do is I would take a strand test and test it first of all using Olaplex. Now you all heard of Olaplex, but do you all know the science behind Olaplex and why it's such an amazing product?
It rebuilds the bonds, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it stops them breaking.
Yeah. Yes. So it rebuilds your sulfide bonds that are broken down with the natural form that colour takes over your hair. So what we need to do is make sure that those bonds are not broken down and we can work and achieve the quickest results on our clients' hair, keeping them nice and healthy. So what we've done with Beth's is we've used a colour reducer. It's a Paul Mitchell product, but it is a colour reducer and it adds a lot of moisture back into the hair at the same time. So like I said, Beth was blue 2 days ago and we've managed to get her to this. So we've managed to get it all out.
Was it bright blue as well?
Yeah, it was bright blue. So it did take a couple of goes at doing it and we used a very low percent peroxide. And then the second time round we managed to put Beth under a little bit of heat, so that really did lift the colour out. Beth is actually naturally about a 7C, no 7.
N.
Yeah, no, it's a 7.4. Do you work in numbers or do you work?
Just do basis.
So yeah, so 7.4. So it's really coppery. So you've also got to work against the copper. So we know that copper is neutralised by the ash. So what we've popped on Beth's roots, because Beth was, her natural root had to come down. So we popped a double base on it, a double ash on it. We've really ashened the roots up. We're going to have to weave Beth's hair. We're going to have to incubate the colour into the hair shaft when we actually lift up Beth's roots. Otherwise, if we just slap a full head of pre-lightener on the roots, it's not going to be warm enough, it's not going to take enough. So our colour journey, maybe we could send you all a few photographs when we've actually got to where we want to be and show you the colour journey that we've done. So it's going to be good, and we're going to go for the Guy Tan Rose. Has anyone seen the Guy Tan Rose?
I did a colour, but I've seen quite a few of them.
Yeah, oh, it's beautiful.
It'll be on Facebook as well, won't it, Jen?
Your JHDs are all ready for you now. There you go.
Yeah.
It goes on YouTube.
Do you want some section clips, Jess, or are you alright?
What I'm going to do on Beth's hair is super thick. So if I curl it all in sections, I feel like it goes too big. So I'm just going to pick bits out of Beth's hair and I'm just going to curl it down and leaving just a soft curl look. What I really wanted to talk to you about was the colour correction.
Have you got a turn on top of that?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
We've got a silver tone. on
Just
top
a
of
silver?
this. Yeah. It was very porous, so it would grab the colour after the colour
nice,
treatment. Yeah.
So,
It was actually a shampoo, wasn't it? It was a turn of shampoo.
Oh, was it?
We've
Yeah.
got a new range
Just
of
clump
colour
into
max shampoo.
Yeah.
What was it, the granite?
The graphite, yeah.
Paul Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just popped it on for 20 minutes.
God, that's
Using
brilliant.
the shampoo, because it's got a built-in toner with it. We knew it wouldn't add any more damage to the hair.
And it looks
So we
really
just kept an eye
shiny.
on it, yeah.
Well, that's the best one I've seen is the shampoo toner.
It was
brilliant.
And I've
really
used loads
good.
of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
turn your models
They're
round a bit so
expanding the
that they
range
can
at
see
the
the
moment.
girls.
We started out with about
So
3 different
turn
colours.
round.
And there was a latte, so they tailored it more towards your natural colours. There was a chocolate, but now because they're sort of expanding their colour range, they've expanded the range of the toners as well.
Brilliant.
One of our most popular ones, we have a red one, and reds, you know, after a couple of washes, especially if the hair's porous, it just washes out so fast.
And do you retail them up to your clients
We
then?
do, yeah.
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 Fantastic.
Even with people that have a percentage of high grey hair, if they keep using the beige colour, it keeps adding the pigment into it, don't fade out. It's really good, especially in summer. We know that the sun. Yeah, they are.
He's really up and coming, Paul Mitchell. He's really upped his game in the last couple of years.
We've been using it for years, haven't we?
Yeah, but don't you think he's sort of really raised? I don't know if he's got another
The company has changed, it has.
Yeah.
But it's taken on a different dimensions now.
It certainly works.
They're doing a neon colour. That it's not released yet, but they're doing a neon colour. So that'll be interesting.
Well, one of my students from last year, he works over the Humber Bridge. And his boss, she won the Paul Mitchell Colour Trophy.
Oh, really?
Absolutely, I think she just it's fantastic.
Oh.
In fact, top secret to it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, she was brilliant. And using all this different range of
Yeah.
colours, it was brilliant. And the cut as well.
They are really good. And you find that these greys actually fit in really well, and the silvers and the apricots with the vintage looks
Yeah.
that are very popular at the moment. Beth's hair feels really moisturised though. It does feel really good, yes, because Beth has certainly been round the world with her colours. Haven't you, Beth?
I'm always the guinea pig.
We're lucky that it grows pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Got big hair.
How are we getting on, Vicky?
Alright. I'm just going to curl it.
Yeah.
It's so fine and short, it just gives it that
A little bit of body.
extra hold as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's actually quite surprising what you can do with shorter hair as well as long, isn't it?
I think it'll be good because people only work on long hair, don't they, for pose? So.
We do an awful lot of weddings, don't we, Emma?
Yeah, we
Go
do.
out and do a lot of weddings,
Yeah.
don't we?
Oh, do you like to hotels and things like that?
Yes.
Yeah. We've
Go
got
all
a
over.
couple coming up this year, haven't we, as well?
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And the makeup looks as well.
Yeah, we
So
do the full works, don't
package.
we?
yeah, the full package,
Yeah.
spray tans, all the hair, nails,
Bridesmaids
beauty
as well as the
treatments.
bride.
Yeah, everything. It is hard work though, and you need to make sure that you do get your pricing right if you're going out doing out of house work, we call it. Especially if you're travelling, you've got to know how long it's going to take with your travel, cost it out properly, cost out your hairdressing skills, and if you're working on a Sunday as well, you definitely need to address those prices. And we just find that it's best to just get a package together so it's one price. You can find as well that it's easier for people to maybe pay in like a couple of instalments, something like that. But always do trials for what you're doing and be very clear about what you're doing before the big day. Yeah, because sometimes
All set, don't you, so it all goes
Yeah.
smoothly on the day.
sometimes you find that the brides are really nervous as well, and they're very stressful, but you need to stick to what you've agreed with and work it through. We have had a few Gonzilla brides, but yeah, yeah, they're not great to deal with, but it's all turned out right in the end.
Do you all go when you've got a wedding, or does it depend how many you're having to do it? Do you say thank you?
It's usually just the two of us. There's usually just the one doing the hair, which usually is myself, and then Emma Jane normally does the makeup, don't you? But we have now got, like Emma said, we've now got a full-time beauty therapist as well, so she's actually coming with me on the next wedding.
Oh, don't retire yet, Emma Jane. All these people.
She's not allowed to.
That's it. That's it. We did one in York and we started, well, I started at 8 o'clock and I finished at 12 and I'd done 12 put-ups.
Didn't you do that one on your own?
Yeah, I did that on my own, did 12 put-ups and I sewed a bridesmaid's dress up as well. So you never know what you're going to be doing when you go to these weddings. Yeah.
Beth did one with me, didn't you, last year, Beth? Was it last year?
Yeah, it was.
And then we did another one as well, which
We did a big one, didn't we? Yeah.
yeah, that was really nice because we were doing it for a hairdresser, and she just wanted her daughter's big day to go really well and not to be involved in any of the hair, so she could completely enjoy her day. And we were fortunate enough to be able to work within a small hairdressing salon. And we did the hair and the beauty, and that was absolutely great. That was complete luxury, because usually you're in a stuffy hotel room, you can't open the windows because it's too high up.
Plugs for you, yeah.
Yeah, extension cables all over. And it's always better as well when you're doing these out-of-house jobs to just take 2 sets of everything, because you just never know if your GHDs are they going to fuse, or they've been damaged in transit or anything like that, and you never want to be stuck for anything. And methodically go through your bag as well to make sure that you've got everything there that you need, and that all your hair extensions are prepped. Yeah, Vicky normally does it, because I know that if I went onto a desert island, I know she'd pack me up all right. She remembers everything. How's it going, Jess?
Good.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about the different Paul Mitchell colours, the demis and the permanents, what you've used on Beth's hair?
We've used the colour reducer on Beth's hair. We've not actually used any permanent colour on it yet, other than a root regrowth. But we will be foiling it out sooner or later.
So she was already pre-lightened?
Yeah, she was already pre-lightened underneath there. Which again is really important, that you do a thorough consultation to know exactly what's been on the hair.
And you need to be working on a base of 10, 11.
Yeah, these
To get these colours you do, yeah.
Otherwise, you're just not going to get your true colour.
That's why they call it a journey, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it is.
Colour journey. And I think it's so important that your clients are under full awareness of how they're going to leave the salon, how long it's going to take them to get to the area where they want to be with the hair.
Yeah, because I think they think we're miracle workers.
Yeah, they do. They think that we can work miracles, yeah.
It took me 3 years to get one client, but she knew that.
Yeah.
People want to go out looking from a base 2 to a 10.
Yeah, they do. They do.
It doesn't work like that, does it?
And how we work with the dual purpose, the Paul Mitchell product that we do use, we use 3%, so that's 10 vol with it. And how we achieve these bases that we work on with the Gaetan colours and toners, etc., is we do it low and slow. So we're not using high percentages on your peroxide and really strong products, because once you've opened up that cuticle too much, you will not get your toners to stay in there. And all these colours, I know they do the demis and the permanents, but you know that they are all in a semi-permanent, because they are a natural tone, and especially with these metallics. So start off with the right base, but be patient. Do lots of colour tests, and always make sure that if you're using colour that's got PPD in, that you're doing your smart tests all on your clients. I was talking to a group of insurers 2 weeks ago, and they said that the most popular claim in hairdressing is the PPD claim, that hairdressers are just not doing it. You've got somebody that's maybe hitting hole for the weekend, like, I want my roots done, they're on the phone, I want it doing now. Well, really, the amount of money that they would spend with you, and the amount of commission that you'd probably get through doing that head of hair, it is never worth it. You need to follow your procedures. It's so important because this is where people are coming unstuck. And it's not just from a financial point of view from the salon, it's also from your own self-confidence and self-belief. Because you notice, it's like if you get a complaint with your hairdressing, and you're just starting, it can knock you back. You need experience to know how to deal with people, hair, situations, so you really must follow your safety guidelines of your patch tests. Really super, super important. Okay, Beth, so are you all done with you?
Yeah,
Fine,
I've just twisted Beth's hair up nice and natural, and it's a great way to finish off cutting styles and leaving an effective look on the hair.
Turn Beth round.
Yes, we're going out now, what are you?
Going on to play.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Jess. You can actually see the shine that we've got here and the nice blend. What we are doing as well, we're doing a lot of smudging with the colour. So rather than having a direct line, when we're doing a darker root, smudge it, take your section up. I don't want to wreck this, Beth, sorry about this. But take your colour. We would start from the nape and smudge it up like that, so you do get a diminished look before you get your other colour on your lengths. And another thing as well, when you're starting out colouring and you're probably using new products, and if you're quite confident about colour, you can often find that as a salon, some people haven't got the confidence within them to try out new products. So do your patch tests. We do colour section tests where we backcomb the hair up and we take maybe 4 or 5. We always have a control what you start with, and then we will colour them and find out what's going to look best. But a word of advice is, when you're starting, start from the nape, because if you've got an uneven porosity, you can find that colours grab the hair shaft. Now, if you've started from the front and you're working backwards, by the time that you get to apply this here, this could be completely the wrong tone for you. You've got more control in it, so start your application from the back and keep working up the hair and keep checking those lengths. Right, thanks very much indeed.
Could I have those
Beth?
server in, please, Emma?
Yeah.
Just with the curls.
Yeah.
It gives it a nice different look.
Backcomb the top ones, have curled it, just to give it a bit of height and give the appearance that there's more hair than there actually is. But you could use added hair as well on someone with short hair.
And again, the Clever Dust is also really good for this hair type because it's quite fine, that you can get it lifting and feeling good, feeling thicker. Would you like to have a feel of this product? Do you want to just pass it around and pop a little bit on the palms of your hands and in your fingers and just work it and see how it feels? Some of them feel a bit more waxy than others. You've got to find the right product for you and your expectations.
We've got one here. What's our name? What we've been using?
So IQ.
I don't know what I know we had the Matrix one. It was a Matrix salon, but
Is it that big set of hair?
I don't know what it is. But I know I had some on mine the other day, but it did leave me a bit chalky. That was the only thing.
I just work it in your hands more.
Yeah, I don't think it was. sometimes it's just little daft tips you pick up in it from other salons, you know, like things like that.
Yeah, it is. And with us coming from Hornsey as well, we can speak quite freely because obviously Hull, it's a very small community, the hairdressing community. Everybody sort of knows everybody. And at the end of the day, you've got to protect your professional knowledge within your salon because that's what makes you different from other hairdressing salons, other services that they can offer. You know what it's like when you get a trend that hits town, then it branches out and it's who does it quickly, the best.
You must be one of the first that does Gartang then. You must be.
Yes.
You must be. Yeah, I don't. And I know a lot of dresses quite everywhere. And
yeah.
You're the first one, so.
And we've got the full installation of that, so it's going to be really good.
You want to start advertising that more, I think, you?
Yes, but it's all on the
It's not that
Facebook.
far really when you think of it,
No,
is it?
no, that's it.
I think it's due to us being a Paul Mitchell salon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we were introduced it through Paul
Paul
Mitchell,
Mitchell, yeah.
and we had a full training session with the Gartang colours.
Well, I
through
think
Paul
that's.
Mitchell.
I was telling you about the one that
Yes.
Paul Mitchell, they're a Gartang salon, but they're over the Umber Bridge.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not even
yeah,
involved, you know what
yeah.
I mean?
That's it.
Oh, you'll have to get him in the salon. Gartang.
Come to Hornsey.
Yeah. He'll love the Hornsey stuff.
And it's really important as well that you do have the proper training before you use the products because they work quite differently.
And he uses the Olaplex, doesn't he also? Does he use the Olaplex as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, to maintain the condition of the hair throughout these looks.
Dark hair to get to
Yeah.
the colour that he needs. See, I found, I think because there's loads of products in Boots and Superdrug, I'm actually doing more corrections than I am hairdressing.
Yeah.
Because they're ruining their own hair. You know, home sort of
Yeah.
thing. So that's what I found I'm doing more of.
Yes.
So if you were pre-lighting someone's hair to do the vibrant colours and you're using Olaplex, what percentage peroxide would you use in one light, one treatment?
Right. The way our product works, we use the Paul Mitchell dual purpose. We tested it, especially when we first got it, and people that are new to the salon, they think, well, what can they achieve by using 3% 10 volt? That's going to take ages. I might just use 6 in it. And we get them to do tests, but in actual fact, the name of the game is low and slow. So we'd use a 3% a 10 volt with our high lift. But our dual purpose, you can use it directly on the scalp as well. Of the other high lifts, I try to keep it around 6 perhaps. You could do some tests with 9, but it depends upon the condition of the hair. Because as you know, it can look fantastic. You can get like a metallic denim look. It can look fantastic. We've had this where we're correcting and the lady's going on a journey, a conditioning journey, because she's had it break off. That salons are using very high peroxides and they're pushing it along, but once they've damaged that cuticle, you know, with the structure yourself, it's pretty much it. And they go home, 3 shampoos, and there's nothing left there. So it's really important that you get your home care sorted out as well.
Doesn't Gartang use quite high peroxides with the Olaplex when he's pre-lighting as well? He's like, he uses quite high.
In some of in America, they do have different regulations.
Right.
And I think it's for promo as well.
Yeah,
Promo, you know, so it's...
they do.
That's
Yeah,
what
and they are paid as well to use certain products. But they do have a different set of regulations over there to what we have. We had a really good product called Backtrack, and it left the hair in fantastic condition. It was a Paul Mitchell product, but due to the controls on the importation of certain ingredients in that product, it was deemed by the UK that it was carcinogenic, had carcinogenic ingredients in it, it was then withdrawn. They still have it in the States, but we can't have it in the UK. So we have been without it for about 2 years now. And then this new product where we've used it on Beth's and we've lifted up the colour, but we had to go back to the high lift like your bleach baths. But as we all know, it's not ideal for the condition. And it just doesn't promote our ethos with the condition. So I hope that answers your question. Low and slow.
Jane, when you're using Olaplex in your colours or your pre-lighters, do you have that built into the price of your colour so you use it on everybody, or is it a client choice?
No.
Extra to add?
What we do is I wrote an article for the local newspaper on it, and what we did was we typed that out and we have it in the salon, and we talk to the clients about it, and then they can read about it if they want. It goes through step 1, 2 and 3, a home care, a take-home package. So we gauge ours at £17. I know there's a lot of people that are charging £20, but you've got to be really careful with the product because it is so expensive. You have to make sure that you charge it out properly. On your first bottle, you can find that it goes down fairly quickly, because everybody's experimenting with it. They did some new guidelines as well, and what we do for our clients is if we're doing like 3 colours, we obviously mix up a smaller amount and we will divide that quote between our 3 colours. Now if you think about it, if you're doing your percentage, your full percentage for your Olaplex, your £17 worth, if you're doing that in 3 colour bowls, you're going to be way off, and your product's going to really go down. So you've got to get it all agreed in the salon before you embark on this. Also, you've got your standalone treatments. So you've got your product you want, and then you can dilute that. We do like 9 parts of water and 1 part of the number 1, which is just a liquid. And we just apply that to dry hair. When you start using this product, it seems to break all of the rules of the conditioning products that we've ever had before. And you wonder if you're reading it right. But it works, it's amazing. The number 2, you tend to go through the number 1 a lot quicker than you do the number 2. Your number 2 is you're really conditioning and smoothing, and then what we would use is we'd use a conditioner from the Paul Mitchell range. So you're putting on your 1, your 2, and then you're shampooing the hair and you're conditioning it. How crazy is that? But it feels absolutely fantastic. Yeah. And it really does feel so different. And then what we do now is we do our applications every 4 and 6 weeks. It normally lasts about 6 weeks, but that now becomes an additional to everybody's service. And so I thought at the beginning, like £17 on a colour service is like really expensive. And we do our consultations and everybody knows exactly what they're paying before we start on the hair. And that's always a really good tip, that. And especially if you've got somebody on a colour journey, or somebody that says like, do what you want. We say, right, give me a budget and I'll work within that budget. And that's how we go. Yeah, so just make sure that you get everything crystal clear. But they will feel the benefit.
I don't know where to start.
I think you would.
You would if it was your salon and you were buying the products and
Then
doing
you'd
your
be
own
able to
budgets
fit
and
it.
things. But it's not something that you know instantly. Like Emma Jane's been in the business, and Emma Jane probably has learned from
The first time you
previous
use it.
mistakes of like
Yeah.
when you lose profit
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, you know, your first bottle, it's experimenting for everybody. Everybody wants to even do colour tests with it in.
Yeah.
which you don't make any money, but then that generates you money if obviously they're going to use that product that you've been tested on.
Didn't we, at first we was using too much, wasn't there?
Of the product?
Yeah.
Yeah, as a salon we were.
Until we got...
There's a new product come out though, similar to Olaplex, I don't know what to call it.
By L'Oreal.
Is it by L'Oreal, is it?
Yeah, there is a similar
Is it?
one.
Yeah, I just remember
Yeah.
that one in professional hairdresser.
So is that called something plex as well?
Yeah, it's something plex, but not Olaplex. Yes.
Yeah, it's a derivative, yeah. Fiberplex, that's it, yeah. Yeah.
Sell it in Adele's, don't they?
Yeah.
I've been reading about it, but there's another one as well.
But
That's what they'll do, what they want to do.
yeah, Olaplex is very well patented, so.
I've never seen it off such.
And when you have your own business as well, when you're taking on a product, what I tend to do is look at my initial investment, and then with Olaplex, what I did was I did a sheet and I put down all the clients that had had it, and so I knew how much money I was making from one bottle and how far it's going and who's having it. It's on the history. You've got to do your maths, because otherwise you can end up getting a great colour instalment and you're actually losing money because people are using too much, they're not using it the right way. So training is super, super important. And when you are stood there paying the bills of like £750, that was on the day that I got the Olaplex. I'd already, as I said, spent £500, and that was only at the wholesalers. And we're putting in big orders with Paul Mitchell, like every 2 weeks. It's a lot of money. So you have got to make sure that you work all your budgets out.
It's a shame Vicky's not here, you know, their business and that. She'd have loved talking to him.
No, it's not working.
Well, we'll be doing lots of experimenting with the Guy Tang, so.
Oh, did it look great? What she was like before?
I look like a lady.
Oh, it looks great. Vicky's the little queen though, aren't you, Vicky?
I love putting hair up.
You look good, Vic, see?
I really enjoy, when I
It's
did
nice.
my level 3, I really enjoyed the
Put up element.
the photography unit.
Yeah.
It's like fantasy work.
Oh, I should have got you when she'd have her own creating mission way. She loved it, wouldn't she?
I did it was a snow queen I did, and I built
Oh,
all
did
the
ya?
hair up and did about 5 or 6 different plats, and it was lovely.
That's
I
what
might
you did,
have an
didn't you,
image of
Jodie?
it.
You did a snow ice queen, you did, didn't you?
It's really good, isn't it?
You enjoyed it more than you thought you was going to enjoy it, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't really like put up, but I enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it. It's a shame we can't do more of that
Yeah.
kind of work, really.
It's the
isn't it?
practice, innit? You just got to, you haven't got time.
Yes, that's great. Watch your foot.
Not I myself.
Yeah. Okay.
You look like you're getting married, Vicky.
Really suits you actually with that height on the top.
Yeah, it does, because you're only little, aren't you?
She's not got a dinky head.
You've got really quite fine hair as well. Yeah. You can, it's surprising what you can do.
Got bonnet. Real nice. Yeah, well done. Thank
It's
you.
nice.
Yeah, looks
Good,
different,
isn't
doesn't
it?
it?
Have we got a back mirror so she
I'll
can
get
see
you
Oh, the
one.
back
what
of
of
the
it?
just to come
I'll
back.
go get you one.
Have we got any questions at all that anybody wants to ask?
Do you use some of the root powder on that as well?
Sometimes, yeah, I would do if she was actually going out and going
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super good, isn't it?
So it's got quite a bit of back combing in as well.
And how much would you charge for that?
I would put up start at 27.
Right.
It depends on how much work goes into it. With some put up,
Yeah.
you've got to curl it all first, which is a half an hour.
Yeah.
Then you've got your actual put up on top.
Yeah, that's nice. That.
God,
Yeah,
looks
it's
great.
good.
That's with no padding or anything already, Jane.
The £27.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
All right.
Brilliant.
Look, lovely.
Oh, it
There
looks
we go.
really nice.
Yeah.
Different again, we take the gowns off, don't you?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Really nice. And that'll take a long day. That's great.
Right, well, thank you all very much. I hope you've really enjoyed it. Good.
Brilliant.
Thanks very much.
Great stuff.
And I hope it's given you some good tips that you can use in your salon. And then when we get to grips a bit more with the Guy Tang, then we can come again.